Cassandra Joan Butler here with you, Agent 56, with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, Agent 56, beaming into you from Buffalo, New York. And if you're in Western New York area, I hope you're safe, warm, and dug out. I know some people in the South towns are really struggling with the winter weather. I know some of the friends who tune in here from Australia, you're enjoying beach weather, right? I understand Julia is on the beach this week. We live in a wild, wonderful world with different planes of existence, right, on this planet. Well, hello, Norma and Joan and Melody and Angie. Hi from Oregon. I'm glad you don't have to put up with Buffalo weather, Angie, but I hope your weather's good, or at least palatable with this across this continent. We're having all sorts of bizarre weather. I was just doing a webinar with folks from Florida, and I guess there were flurries in Tampa today. I mean, this is outrageous. Well, anyway, we can just smile and go with the flow. Tonight, my friends, we're going to talk about our usual lunation, but we're also going to talk about a little bit about Pluto. I know the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, your one-stop on the planet for astrological webinars and articles and support, are going to be doing wonderful things regarding the Pluto ingress into Aquarius. But I'm going to put my 2 cents in there as well, because it's a big, big deal. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the quarter cycle, which is taking place in about 2 hours from now, Eastern time. And we'll keep the full moon discussion for next week. So we do have a full moon that's coming up as well. So welcome to the Cosmic Connections. Thank you for being here. Thank you also for sharing this webinar in process. And I really appreciate that. Tracy, you have snow down in Myrtle Beach? I hope not. I am warm and safe. Thank you for beaming in, Sherry. Hi, Marcy Ann. Hi, Christina and Jerry and Donna and Norma, Mary, Denise, and all the folks I'm not able to see on the listing here. A couple of things, friends. Many of you attended my year ahead class. I thank you. I'm going to be re-editing the material and make it available to everyone who did not attend. But for those of you who did attend, you're going to be getting a video in your email box within the next couple of days. And those of you who are interested in a 80-slide presentation of 2024, the year ahead, that I'll make that available for a minimal purchase as well. My website, CassandraJoanButler.com. So it's the changing of the guard coming up this weekend. Now, what does that mean? There is one planet that packs a punch, and that's Pluto. It is the power planet. It is the planet that transforms and changes things, and whatever sign it moves through, it exposes the negative part of that sign. So Pluto has been since 2008 in the sign of Capricorn. It's been exposing power, manipulation, and control, especially power, manipulation, and control that's based on the hierarchical power structure that we are so familiar with in our governing bodies, in banks, in hierarchies, in technocracy and oligarchy. All of these pyramidal shaped power systems have been revealed in a difficult way since 2008. And so Pluto's changing the guard. He's moving into Aquarius. Let's bring some slides into the room, and you can see that. Whoops. Little foreshadowing. I'll be talking about football. Why not, right? So the Cosmic Connections, there's Pluto moving into Aquarius. And it's all taking place this Saturday. But right now, tonight, we're going to be enjoying the first quarter square. And the first quarter square is going to be firing up and recharging wherever you find Aries in your chart. The moon is going to be on in Aries. It has just passed recently the North Node, squaring the sun. The 27 degrees of Aries is the operative word until the full moon. So if you want to get real fancy with your chart, identify where you find 27 degrees of Aries, because this evening at 10:53 Eastern time, it's exact. And that basically identifies or describes the next week. And then we get to our full moon. So this particular energy of sun square moon, 27 degrees, is the idea of responsibility. What are you responsible for in your life? You're going to be fired up to take charge and to jump into the action phase with 27 Aries for the next week and get things done. And that is a bit of the message of the new moon of the 11th of January, when we had the new moon at 20, and it was squaring the north and south nodes, both of them at the same time, creating a T-square. Those of you who know astrology know what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to slow down and describe what I'm talking about. So this new moon, 20 degrees of Capricorn, was creating a 90-degree angle to the destiny mark in our charts, collective charts, and also the past life or the tail of the dragon. And it was basically asking us to move forward. But this may have been a very frustrating week. There may have been some frustrations, some delays with our ambitions and our goals and our drives. It's kind of interesting because, again, I'm talking about this continent, but the United States of America, across the continent, is having really bizarre weather in all corners of it. And weather can really implode and impede on our ambitions to get things done. There's nothing like a good dump of 12 inches of snow on your driveway to slow things down in the morning, right? So again, I'm beaming into you from Buffalo, New York. We're having a band of lake effect snow. For those who don't know, lake effect snow is a snow that falls with a huge amount of snow dump, because the clouds are picking up moisture off the Great Lakes. That's why it's called lake effect. And when it dispenses the snow, it's more thick, but it comes in little bands across the region. So we've been experiencing that for the past week under this new moon. Okay. So tonight, for the next week until the 25th of January, when we have our full moon, we're kind of fired up to get things accomplished, because the moon is in the sign of Aries. But the big astrological event, which literally astrologers will be talking about now until the next 20 years, until 2044, is the Pluto ingress. Pluto is going to be at 0 degrees of Aquarius at 7:53 this Saturday evening. And the sun will be right next to it as well. That means earlier in the day, on the 20th, we're going to have the sun conjunct Pluto. This is an intense Saturday. So this is what I'm going to put the focus of my conversation with you tonight. This 0 degrees of Aquarius is the same degree of the great conjunction that we had at 12/21 in 2020. So a couple of comments about what that means if you're new to this. Every 20 years, astrologers get very excited, and they talk about the great conjunction of Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, and Saturn, the planet of contraction, because these planets naturally form a conjunction. They come together roughly every 20 years. In the year 2000, they came together in the sign of Taurus. I believe that was at 19 degrees of Taurus. On 2020, they came together at 0 Aquarius, and they kind of changed that expansion contraction aspect, which is how business is done. Astrologers look at Jupiter and they look at Saturn, and they say these are business aspects. Every good business expands and contracts. Markets expand and they contract. You invest and you cut back. That's the the pulse of the way business is done. In 2020, this is the first time in many, many, many years that the contraction or conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn were in an air sign. So therefore, the products of business are no longer things. They are air sign products. What's air? Ideas. So the new currency is ideas. What's Aquarius? The globe, humanity. So the business of doing business is getting away from simply moving products that are so forth, but they're moving ideas and using technology. I think about that. Just a simple example, in 2020, the year of COVID, a lot of people started doing business online using computer skills, the Zoom revolution, staying at home, for example, and connecting with other people across the planet using this technology. Aquarius rules of technology. So this weekend, Pluto moves into Aquarius, and you want to find, my friends, where 0 Aquarius falls in your chart, and that's going to start a seed planting in your chart of new growth, new transformation, new power. So identify where 0 Aquarius falls in your chart and know that the seeds are being planted this weekend. So that's being activating the business cycle. It's also the Sabian symbol is an old Adobe mission in California. So it's like basically, I mean, California is kind of a symbolic imagining of newness, the Western expansion to California, the land of opportunity, the land of dreams, the land of Hollywood. And that's combined with the old Adobe mission, the old Christian, presumably religion, forming that combination at 0 Aquarius. So the major thing, friends, is look to where Aquarius is in your chart, and we're getting ready to pop new powerful opportunities using technology, using configurations with our new friends, and networking, and using our mind, using our higher mind. Aquarius, I like to say, is the sign of not just technology, but the mind of God, things that are out there without even any consideration, things beyond belief. That's Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. It can be very, very stubborn, but it's always in pursuit of truth and honesty. That's all Aquarius. All right, big deal, big doings on Saturday night. So, friends, you have to indulge me. I know some people are in Oregon or in Australia or all over the place. So just indulge me a moment, because I'm a Buffalo girl. And even though I don't always understand the football process, I do watch it. And I have to do this for you, okay? I have to bring into some sort of connection of Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, and his chart on the big game. Every game is big, right? The big game on this Sunday at 6:30. So those of you in Buffalo will get a kick out of this, but if you like the Super Bowl, you'll also get a kick out of this. The inner wheel is Josh Allen, the quarterback. Now, he is a 0 degree of Gemini, all right? And this is true for all you Geminis out there and all you Libras out there, especially if you're 0 degrees. Josh Allen's sun sign is 0 of Gemini. Pluto goes into Aquarius on Saturday night, 24 hours before the big game. So the power planet is going to be trining Josh's sun. A trine is an easy flow of opportunistic energy that supports where it's arriving. So it's arriving at his sense of self, his identity, his leadership skills. And so as this Pluto is trining his sun, he's going to be going through a metamorphosis and a transformation in owning his own power and transforming and making it stronger. The sun will also be trining his moon, which is awesome, and the sun in the sky. And the moon will be in the sign of Gemini at game time, which of course he is a Gemini. So it looks really good for Josh Allen. Also, just an FYI, again, we're not going to just dwell on this. It's just kind of an interesting thing because Pluto will be trining Gemini 0. The city of Buffalo has the same dream planet, the exact same dream planet as Josh Allen's dream planet. That is Neptune, which takes about 160 years to go around the sign. So the dream of Buffalo, New York, is to have a Super Bowl win. Perhaps this time things are really lining up for Buffalo Bills quarterback, and also Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of luck, the Santa Claus energy will be on top of Buffalo City's sun sign. So I want to just give that all to you. But let's make it personal, okay? Again, we've got 20 years to synthesize and figure out what Pluto and Aquarius is going to be really like. And I will also give you this little caveat. Pluto will be in Aquarius starting Saturday until September 1st of this year. Then it makes one last detour and backstory into Capricorn, and then reverses itself and goes back into Aquarius on November 19th. All right. If you are an Aries or Aries rising, this Pluto, whoops, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Did I do this incorrectly? I have so many notes here. Okay. I did this incorrectly. I'll have to just do this very quickly on my notes. Oh, there it is. All right. If you are an Aries or Aries rising sign, Pluto going through your 11th house sometime in the next 20 years is going to help you transform your friends, your groups, your associations. It's also going to help you become more of a powerful force in the world in your humanitarian desires. Again, Pluto ingress in Aquarius. If you're Taurus rising or Taurus sun sign people, you've been saying to yourself, I'm going to make some breakthroughs in what I'm doing in the world, my career, my leadership opportunities. Pluto going into your career house starts up, my friends, this Saturday and goes for 20 years. You're going to recreate and transform your responsibilities to the outer world, usually through career. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, this Pluto is going to be activating your truth, your marketing, your writing, your traveling, and your teaching. So Gemini, if you're a communicator who does those things, like especially writing and teaching, it's going to empower you to do more work, more powerful work, and touch more people. For Cancer or Cancer rising, this Pluto shift is going to help you identify your inner energy that is connected with your own transformation process, a psychological, mediumistic, or spiritual power to go deeper. If you're looking to develop, for example, more psychically, it's going to be a fantastic run for the next 20 years. If you're Leo or Leo rising, your personal relationships with your BFFs, your spouse, your closest people to you are going to be empowered and changed and becoming more indelibly powerful in your life. Change of relationships for Leo. For Virgo, it's all about your health. It's all about your health, empowering your health, finding ways and tools and routines to make yourself more healthy, more powerfully healthy. For Libra or Libra rising, this change is activating anything having to do with your creativity, with your sense of fun, of tapping into your inner child. For Scorpio, this new cycle, this new phase is activating your home base, your psychological strength, your family. You might be moving or doing some redoing of your home where you live. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, your ideas are going to become more empowered, more impassioned, and disseminated more easily. You're going to be able to speak your piece with greater power and force. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, it's all about creating more abundance in your life, making more money, managing money, really believing in your own self-esteem and self-worth and value. All eyes on the Aquarius part of your chart. If that's your sun sign, if that's your rising sign, it's all about you stepping into this new era of feeling connected with yourself, your destiny, and your internal power, and affecting other people in a more egalitarian way, in a more truthful and equality way. For Pisces, it's all about your inner self. It's all about your emotional self, your psychic self, your intuitive self, your spiritual self. Pluto is going to be empowering that. Again, that could be also analyzed as more psychic as well. Okay, great hugs to everybody here. I'm just going to check the comments section. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Leslie. Love the Bills. Yes, Sherry, it looks really good. Crazy weather. I agree, Cheryl. Was okay. My son was born 5/21, also 97. Yeah, I think the Bills could really pull it out. I really do. Just got out of Buffalo, Dana. Oh my gosh. I'm glad to see you from North Carolina. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sunday. Yes, Kara. Yep, I'm on WBN. I tend to get on there once again. Go Bills, go Bills, go Bills. You're never, ever late, John. You're always in perfect harmony with your time. So, yeah, crazy people from Buffalo. That's just like, we don't say hello. We say go Bills. And we say goodbye. We say go Bills, go Bills, go Bills. I've got caught up in the fever. I really have. But again, to summarize, Josh Allen is a Gemini sun. That Pluto is going to be at 0 degrees of Aquarius this Saturday in time for the game. Pluto is power. It's directing its powerful energy to this amazing young man's sense of self. So it looks really good. All right, friends, let's do some spiritual work. And to do that, all you have to do is be in the room and say, I would like to get a spiritual message. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. So I'm with Jerry. Okay, Jerry Duffy, I'm with you. If you are still here, I shall give you a reading, my dear. As we're tuning into your energy, as I'm tuning into your energy and connecting with spirit, I want to say that you've been developing some other you've been revising some creative pursuits that you've been putting on a shelf. You took these creative pursuits that I see drawing, I'm seeing working with color, forming some books, forming some, it's almost like a big table with lots of papers. I don't know what it is, Jerry, but I'm just seeing you dabbling in a lot of creativity. And when the stove blows in Buffalo and you're boxed in, you take these out. Spirit is saying, get back into doing the creative things that makes your heart sing. This is going to be one of your passions, really for the rest of your life. You put them on a shelf because you didn't have enough time to do this, but reignite this creative writing, making. It's like a whole bunch of pictures. Maybe it's scrapbooking, Jerry. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, but you should continue to do this because it gives you a lot of joy. And it gives you a lot of opportunities to help other people too. I'm not sure exactly what I'm seeing. The other thing I'm picking up for you is a gentleman in spirit, and he has he was a little bit balding, but he was very self-conscious about that. And so sometimes he would I don't know, grow in little sideburns or something. Nice looking man. He's not telling me what his connection to you is, but it feels like it could be more of an uncle than a father. And he had a great sense of humor, and he loved sports. He's coming in, specifically football. He's coming in to tell you that you need to make more time, not just to observe sports or watch them, but also to play, because he knew you when you were little. So I'm feeling it could be a father, but it feels more of an uncle. And he gives you a lot of blessings and protection on the other side of life. So I'll leave that with you, dear. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay. All right, Sharon Krasminian. Krasmenin. Are you here, my dear? Sharon, are you still here? Sharon K. Sharon K. Sharon K. Okay. All right. Oh, that's interesting, Sharon. My finger came to you naturally, but you thought that that message was striking home for you too. Sometimes that can bleed through if we're in a group because we're all connected. But anyway, I'm going to give you a separate message. My finger legitimately came to you, Sharon, my thumb. All right, Sharon, as I'm connecting with you, my dear, I don't know if you have an ancestor, and I use the word ancestor because that implies like a great grandparent who had a farm. I'm seeing a farm, and I'm seeing and smelling and intuiting that wonderful farming type of smell, right? Because there's cows or there's livestock, and there's a beautiful image with some hills in the background. I think I'm with the great grandparents of yours on the father's side of the family. And there's something about homesteading. There's something about being natural with the way you're preparing food that you are considering. And they are giving you, this is a husband and wife, grandparents. They're giving you a lot of insight and reminding you that sometimes the old ways are better than the new ways. That it's good to have more control over our food, to buy as much pure food as possible and to can, and to preserve them any way possible. But that's the first message I'm getting with you, Sharon. Like playing around with, I'm not talking about per se prepping or hoarding food. I'm talking about the joy that comes into preparing food for you and your family that is grown close to the earth. And that's the first message, but it's coming from these farmers in your DNA. All right. So that's number one. Number two with you, Sharon, I'm intuiting something about the, let's see, the air sign. I don't know if you know astrology, sweetie, but if you look at your chart, if you know anything about astrology, I'm looking at the air part of your chart, the Libra, the Aquarius, and the Gemini part of your chart. That's going to be really turbocharged by Pluto going into Aquarius. So what I want to say to you, Sharon, that over the next year, this is not necessarily the next 20 years, the next year, but peaking around the middle of February for you, you're going to be putting a lot of your ideas, your fun ideas, your creative ideas on paper and start grounding them. Start making a difference. Start juicing your life up with, I get the word ideas. So that often to me talks about or represents writing, bringing people together, and teaching or putting together programs. There's a lot of excitement. It's almost like it's time for you to put on in the grounding stages. You've been thinking about doing some things for quite some time, but as we get to middle of February, that new moon, that Chinese New Year of the Dragon, after the new year, in about 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, you're going to be launching something, Sharon, that's creative and fun, but it's idea oriented. So I hope that makes sense to you, Miss Sharon. And I appreciate you coming into the Cosmic Connections tonight. And okay. Oh, how interesting, Darcy. That could even impact you as well with all that air energy. Oh, well, we're at the end of our night tonight, my friends. Okay. But it's not time yet. You're very welcome, Sharon. See how you're feeling after February 9th, all right, the next new moon, because you'll be putting some of that, those ideas down and start planning. We get an idea, then we plan, then we execute. So you'll be sitting down and putting the ideas on paper and start to executing them. I hope that makes sense. And please let us know if that makes sense to you in February, mid-February. Thank you for being here, friends. Go Bills. One more thing. I am not going to be having Divine Grace in person this Sunday. Please sign up for my newsletter to stay informed of my different events, my different workshops, and so forth. There will not be church service on Sunday. But stay tuned. There will be a church service coming around very soon. I've got to, and who knows with the weather, but go Bills, go Bills, go Bills. Ugh, isn't that obnoxious? But we love our Bills. Many blessings to you, friends. See you next week.